So I'm going to show how to do trig squares with a calculator, although this first one I'm pretty sure you can do without one. So we'll just start with it because it uses the same steps as using one with a calculator. So the first thing we'll do is we'll add the square root of 2 to the other side, which gets us 4 root 2 equals 3 root 2 cosecant squared theta, and then we divide both sides by 3 root 2, and these root 2's just kind of cancel out like their x's, and then we get cosecant squared theta equals 4/3. And then to get rid of this 2 right here, we're going to put the whole thing under square root, and then we're going to put this whole thing under square root. And that gives us cosecant plus or minus 2 over root 3. And cosecant is equal to 1 over sine. So that means sine is this flipped around. Yeah, this one is without a calculator. So this one we just go back to our unit circle and we find all the signs. Since it's plus or minus, we find all the signs that are square root of 3 over 2. And that comes from the 60-degree angle. So then we know it's, and there's no domain. So then it's plus or minus pi over 3 plus 2 pi n, or plus or minus 2 pi over 3 plus 2 pi n. There's many ways to write this, but you probably already know that. And so the next one is going to be a calculator one. So again, we'll start by adding this to the other side. Which gives us 14, and then we divide both sides by 2. Secant squared equals 7. And then we'll root 2, root, then secant equals square root of 7, because that's a prime number. And then secant, on the other hand, equals 1 over cosine. So then cosine is equal to 1 over square root of 7. And then this one has a domain, so we're just going to put this, and so we know that this is going to be plus or minus since it's a square root, and so it's going to be any of these, but there's a domain, so there won't be plus 2 pi n. To do this, we're going to plug into our calculator 1 divided by square root of 7, which is 0.378. That's one of them. Or that's what it is. So then we have to go inverse cosine that answer, and we get 1.183. And so this is equal to that. And then to get these ones, we have to subtract them or add them to pi or 2 pi. So then if we go pi minus previous answer, we get 1.958. And if we go pi plus, one second, I have to get that again. we'll store that to x. So we have to go pi plus x 4.325, and then we go 2 pi minus x is 5.0, and we have to round it, so then it'd be 5.100. And those are the answers for that one. Okay, so now we'll do the second one. By adding 23, divide both sides by 16, square root both sides, so minus 5/4. Since these numbers are able to be square rooted, you just put them at that as plus or minus. And then over 5. So then we know it's going to be cosine to the circle. No, it's kind of pointless, but for that one we'll go 4 divided by 5, and then put it in for inverse of cosine. And that'll be our first answer for this spot, 0.644. And then we'll store that to x. And then to get this one, we have to subtract it from pi. So pi minus x, 498. And then we'll add it to x to get this one, plus x. And then to get this one, we'll subtract it from 2 pi. Sorry. Yeah, and that was 5.640. And this one doesn't have a domain, so we'll show that by adding 2 pi n to the end of all these. And those are the answers for 2a. And now we'll do 2b. By adding 4 to both sides, 1 equals 9 sine squared theta square root to get rid of the 2, plus or minus 1/3. And you really don't need to do the circle, it just helps me visually show where they're going to be and how many there are. And then this one will 1 divided by 3. Here's the answer. So yeah, this one gives us that one, which is 0.340. And there's a domain, so we don't add 2 pi n. And to get these other ones, we can use pi. Let's shoot. 3. And then we'll store that. So then we can go pi minus x 2 pi plus x 3.481, and then 2 pi minus x 5.94. 3. And those are the answers to that one. And then we can do one more with a domain, and then I'll show the answers to the rest of the packet. So this one, add 8. Secant is 1 over sine. Sine I equals over 3. And this is when the circle helps, is for the domain. So I really can just cross out these ones. And even when I put this in, it'll give me that answer, which I need though. 2 divided by 3 inverse sine. Answer. Throw out the eggs. So this is 0.730, but since it's not part of our domain, we don't put that. We'll just do pi minus x and pi plus x, and those will be our only two answers. And that's what you do when you have a domain, or one that actually restricts you from having one of the answers. And so here is the answer to 3b. And like I said in the beginning, there's other ways to write all of these out for some of them, but I just do it the safe way and write all of them. And this one has the domain, so you cross off those two. And for 4b, that hope this made sense.